Now, my style of trading using Outlier is called the golden ticket trading strategy. And this is what you're all here for, right? And it starts with seeing what the market is telling us. And we do that with the master key. And it starts with the SPY, the S&P 500, with the 10, over the 20, with price over the 50. As of right now, the price is over the 50 by 15 cents. So that counts. We now have a bullish trend. Now, granted, could it change here in the next 40 or so minutes before the market closes? It could. But I have to go with what I see right now, and I see a bullish trend right now. Next, market breadth. Market breadth has been extremely bullish. Bullish to a fault, honestly, because it's run up so hard, so fast. Let me go to the all stocks. So this is the full stocks list. So we cover 2,600 stocks in Outlier, and we're adding more very soon. And this went up really fast. We're at 78.39%. Now, my rule is if it goes over 75% and continues climbing, I'm still looking to add trades. Once it goes over 75% and then comes back, so 78, 79, back to 78, that's when I stop putting on new trades until this cycle repeats. Until this cycle, which you can see, ultra cyclical, until it repeats. So I'm still looking to add trades. And the next step here is, oh, and I do want to point out that this is where I was going. If the sector and the market both turn the opposite direction, I get out of all my trades. I don't hold them anymore. I get out. So if the market turns on breadth, I'll continue to put on, or I'll hold the trades I already have. If the market and the sector both turn on breadth, I close them. Okay, that's my rules. That's my rules. So we have a buy signal on the SPY. We have a bullish market trend. We have bullish market breadth. And most of the sectors, let's look at the sectors here. All but one sector is bullish. All but one sector is bullish. So that means the master key is unlocked. Let's frickin' go. Let's go. Next step is to run the screener. Now, these are my screener inputs here. When I run the screener, only 2 pulled through today. And because of that, I went ahead and I took yesterday's as well. So we're looking at EXE, T, CHTR, FHI, and LEGN. So I took all those and I put them into TradingView. So what I wanted to do in TradingView is just confirm a couple things. First, I wanted to see if there were any order blocks in the way, if there were any earnings the next 3 days, making sure the price is trending the right way, and it is, and that it's above the prior day's low. Now, all of that is true on all of these, except let me go through one of these. Let me go through them one at a time, I should say. So EXE has earnings today after the market close, so I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. Doesn't matter. That breaks one of my rules. I'm not going to be in. AT&T, let me clean up my notes here. AT&T, take this off. No, there we go. AT&T doesn't have any issues to me. You got your 10, 20, 50, no order blocks in the way. Earnings already happened. AT&T looks pretty sharp, really sharp, in fact. Let's look at Charter Communications. This one here has outlier blocks in the way, and it's inside of an outlier block right there. So I'm not going to take it. FHI has illiquid options. Now, I'll show you what that means by illiquid options in a moment. And then LEGN also has illiquid options. Illiquid options are everything. If you can't get in and you can't get out, you're going to get stuck. I'm not about to get stuck. So the only one that works for me is AT&T. The only one that works for me is AT&T. And if I go to this here, if there were more than one that worked, I'd start the highest back test and work my way down. Highest back test right here, actually really cool. Inside of Outlier, it shows you the Outlier signal returns. So AT&T has a 51.96% return following the Outlier signals and 4.39x capital efficiency. So it's pretty cool. My name is Christopher Ewell. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where outliers like us save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And before I forget, be sure to head over to OVTLYR.com. Over at OVTLYR.com, we are giving away $1,000 and a free year of Outlier 3.0, a full year of Outlier 3.0, and $1,000. All that we ask is that you share a couple things here and there to help us spread the word about Outlier 3.0. So the grand prize is $1,000. And hang on, somebody just texted me. I got Total squirrel, right? Outlier 3.0, you get a full year of Outlier 3.0 and $1,000. First runner up gets $200 worth of Outlier merch, plus my 5 favorite trading book bundle. And second runner up gets $150 worth of merch and my 5 favorite trading book bundle. So head on over to outlierdeal.com. We have nearly 12,000 entries so far, and the drawing is Friday. The drawing is Friday afternoon, so you have until Thursday at midnight Central Time, at 11:59 p.m. Central Time to enter to win. You have 2 days left. 2 days left. And then I'm going to be drawing a winner. How's that sound? How does that sound? All right. So let's see. Outlier 3.0. Let's do our member highlight real quick. Let's do today's member highlight over in our Discord. I want to share with you a couple of great success stories. So I'm going to go over to the share your big wins section right there. So all that we do is ask that you let us know how you are using Outlier and how it's working for you. Let's see. So Red Phoenix Trading says, I want to report not a big win, but a stupid mistake. And that's okay, right? We're not asking for you to say, oh, I made millions and millions of dollars. We want to know how you are learning and using Outlier. On Friday morning, I bought Palantir at a 92 call. By the end of the day, it was up $180 or 8.5%. That's outstanding. This morning, Palantir was down a little. When I looked at my position, it showed I was down 140. This was below my stop loss, so I exited. It ends up I was looking at the daily performance and not the total performance. I was nowhere near my stop loss. I ended up making a $40 profit. Palantir proceeded to climb and exceeded Friday's closing price. And that's okay, dude. Chalk that up as one of those lessons where you learn something and it's never going to happen again, right? It's never going to happen again. And we can see here that we got that buy signal just a couple days ago on Palantir, which is probably what prompted him to take that on April 14th. So congratulations to that win. And of course, congratulations on a lesson learned. So now you can learn from it and it's never going to happen again. So be sure to share your stories in the Discord. We're here to help each other. And of course, the first rule of Outlier is you tell everybody about Outlier. Now, back to trading in the Outlier trading room. I have not traded since March 2nd. So I'm really stoked about this. Real quick, what is Outlier and how does it work? Well, old Uncle Warren used to say, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Outlier shows you if investors are acting rationally fearful or greedy and by how much, allowing you to get in the stock before the Outlier move happens. And if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, be sure to head over to outlierr.com where you can save 64% by getting the annual pass for just 82 cents a day. And if you're on the monthly plan, it's just a one-click upgrade. Makes it easy. So next, is the sector getting more greedy or less fearful? And if we go into Outlier and we zoom in on T, not Palantir, and we zoom in. Now, I told Mahesh, I just texted him a minute ago and said, hey, the buy signal is not showing up over here. If that ever happens to you, I think it's a display issue. He's going to get that fixed by tomorrow. You can look over here and say the current signal is a buy signal. And it came on April 29th. That's today. So if you can't see it for some reason, it's right there too. Gotcha. So we have a buy signal today. As you can see, the stock here, the greed kind of came out. However, yesterday it was 53.11. Today, the greed is at 53.18, which is technically higher. 53.11, 53.18. That's all right. The sector getting less fearful. This is the sector breadth right here. Continues to go up. All right. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I don't have a reason to get out yet. This is what we're doing here. We're finding all these reasons to get out and then not take the trade. But if we can't do any of that, you are expected. Larry Height would tell you that you are obligated. That's the word. You are obligated to take the trade. Larry Height was one of my mentors, the very first $1 billion hedge fund manager, one of the original market wizards. He told me, if you do not take the trade after everything has set up for you, you shouldn't even be in this game. If you can't take the trade and everything is set up because you have some sort of emotional bias against this stock, you shouldn't even be in the game. If everything sets up for you, you are obligated to take the trade. I'm obligated to take the trade. So I'm going to start at 21 days on the option contracts. And so let me make this bigger. I like to look at the regular expirations. So regular expirations means monthly expirations. They generally have the most liquidity. So May 16th is the closest to 21 days. That's 17 days out. If I look at 21 days out, and then I look for 250 plus open interest in the money calls. So over here, we got lots of liquidity, lots and lots and lots of liquidity. Not going to be an issue. Next, less than 50 cent bid ask spread. So if I'm looking around the 80 delta, This is 5 cents. I like that. And then that's less than 50 cents, 20% or less extrinsic value. So let's calculate the extrinsic value on this one right here. Extrinsic value is this value. This is how much will decay versus how much leveraged investment you have, how much it will decay. All options will decay, just a fact by the very nature of how they work. And I want to minimize that. So 24 cents over $1.59. So 24 divided by 159 is 15%. That falls right here in my less than 20% extrinsic value. And it always puts it right around the 80 delta. That's the 78 delta. Now, before you put on the trade, you need to know how many you're going to get. Because at $1.59, you could buy a buttload of these. I'm going to buy a whole bunch of these. But how many do you need to buy? That's up to you. So I have this spreadsheet. You can get this in the VIP Investors Toolkit. Where's that at? VIP Investors Toolkit is up here. And go up to the portfolio sizing spreadsheet. That's going to give you this document right here. Now, when you type this in, type in your account balance, type in your risk per trade, and your approximate option delta. For me, it's 80. And so when I type those in, and I'm going to delete the other two as our examples, that's going to show 37 option contracts. If this is what you're looking for, 100,000 account balance, 5% risk per trade, that's what it would show. Actually, I need to delete these here. Couple things I want to point out is that if you were to buy the number of shares to get this amount of risk, that would be approximately 2,964 shares, which would cost you about 80% of your account. So that's the number of shares, 2,694, times the price of the shares, which currently is around $27.33, gets you 80% of your account. Now that is quite a lot. It's quite a lot, but that's having half an ATR as your stop loss point. Okay. That's saying if I get in now, I'm going to give it from 27.33 to 26.91 to find out if I'm right. 40-ish cents. 84 is the ATR. So I'm going to give it 42 cents to find out if I'm right. If I am, I can hold it. It's going to be great. If I'm wrong, I'll get out here and my max risk is 12.50, which is a lot less than 5% by design. Okay. By design. This is designed to maximize your gains, minimize your losses. Now, if you do options, and let's say it costs $1.59, yeah, we can roll with that. $1.59. And if you bought 37 options, which is 29.64 divided by 80, approximate option delta, that would give you 5.88% of your account in options. Now, I just looked at the time. I do not have a lot of time, so I need to get busy. Busy. So over on my other screen, I have my business account, or I'm going to add this trade. I'm buying the 26 calls in AT&T on the May 16th strike. I need to make sure I get my right position size. Okay. And what is current price? Around $1.56. Yeah. Okay. Working average fill price, $1.56. All right. $1.56 average fill price on AT&T. Now, where am I going to get out? First, I need to look on here, and I'm going to add my bullish ATR levels. So I just got in right now at 27.31. Hang on, 27.31 opening. And half an ATR. This is so handy. I'm so glad I made this. Half an ATR down. It's right here. Oh, there's my alert that I got to go. I can talk trading all day. And here's +1 ATR. And then here's another +1 ATR. And then a vertical line of where we got in. All right. So that is my plan right there. As easy as that is, I know where I'm going to get in, which I already did. I know where I'm going to get out if I'm wrong. But I actually will get out even higher than that, around the 10 EMA. So I can even pull this up right here because the 10 EMA is up there. So that's how much room I'm giving it, from 27.31 to 27.11. So I'm gonna give it 20 cents. And here's the thing. I have no profit targets on the trade. I have no expectations for the outcome of this trade. I don't know how much I'm going to make. I could make so much money, but I also could make a little bit, right? There are 4 possible outcomes: a big win, a small win, a break even, or a small loss. But there will never be a big loss. No way. I will not let that happen. There are no profit targets. I'm not saying that if I got in at 27.11, or 27.31, that I must see it hit 28.13. No way. And lastly, I just have to plan to get out when one of my exit signals is hit. These are my exit signals right here. So I do have to run, unfortunately, but I got to get that on right at the wire. So tell everybody you know about OVTLYR. And of course, be sure to come back tomorrow where we'll help you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. We'll still help you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. So be sure to click one of these 2 videos that YouTube is popping up right now. And I'll see you on tomorrow morning's live stream.